Atlanta, there's Jamaicans and there's everything else too, and I think there's a lot of like people from like the African continent, a lot of Ethiopians, and things like that. So, I like that each of those cities where I've had experiences in, I've been exposed to so many different cultures because I feel like that exposure is what gives you such. Especially in my career path, it gives me such a worldly perspective when I'm doing music or when I'm talking to someone. Like I was able to interview. His name is Young Paris.
Young Paris, where he's from?
He's from New York, but his family is of African background. I don't remember which country, so forgive me. He signed to Rock Nation, and he was just able to tell me like back in the day, like when we were growing up, to be African, that was sort of like you would get picked on, you would get teased, you would get called African beauty scratch or whatever like they had to say.
That's how it used to be. Yeah.
The emergence of Afro beats and Nigeria is just doing their thing, and now it's the sense of pride and people are really connecting with that culture, and it's just so funny to be able to see. Because when I was younger, I remember that, like being in Atlanta, and there's a lot of Africans. I remember that happening, like to them. So it's just being able to have that perspective. It's benefited me a lot. So.
And what about music-wise? What's the difference between?
I mean, obviously, okay. So growing up, I'm all East Coast hip hop. I'm all whatever. Jay-Z, who's my favorite rapper, DMX, Nas. And then in the South, you have this high energy, just like, music that's just in your face and just, you gotta dance to it, it's infectious. So you have people like Trick Daddy, Trina, you have Boogaloo, and as we've gone now into where we are now, I feel like there's less of a divide in music than there was when we were growing up. Obviously, Atlanta, since like the mid 2000s, they took it and they ran with it. And people really build off of that sound. But even like when I'm back in New York, I'm like, there's no one sound anymore. Because
I think in our generation, you gotta remember in the 2000s, like music, you could tell who was from each region, but it was everything was live. Like you had Eminem. You had Bone Thugs from the Midwest and all that. You had, of course, Jay-Z, DMX and all them from the East Coast. Down here, you had Luke, you had Lil Jon. West Coast, you had Q, Snoop Dogg, The Gang. So, like, our generation, like, when I look at New York rappers, they pay homage to, like, the South, like Miami, Atlanta, Houston.
Yeah, I look at Hov, and Hov always fucks with the South. One of his remixes that he got on, remember that Juvenile song, Hop? Like he has a remix on that, He always showed love. He did songs with, he showed love to actually every region. He did songs with Too Short, he did songs with UGK, and I think that he was one of the first people to really embrace all facets of hip-hop, especially coming off of that time, with Biggie and Tupac and that divide. And then the South really trying to get their voice in. I think he was one of the rappers that pioneered that, which is why I love him so much, because his sound always was just...
Always changed.
Yeah. But he was still very much East Coast, and you knew that. And, now, what you said is a good point, Before, you could tell where someone was from. Now, you listen to an artist, and you're not sure. Like, they sound like they're from Atlanta, but then they're from wherever, Philadelphia. But then it's like, it's music. Does it matter where they're from? It's what connects. If the point of music is supposed to be connecting with people from all over the world, you kind of have to be like the citizen of the world in a way. Like you have to be able to resonate with people, and the only way to do that is to be able to tell your experience, but just not make it your experience so exclusive to you.
Yeah, you're right. Because like I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I'm a gamer, so one of these on the podcast, one of these dudes, like, they ain't even know Denzel Curry was from Florida. I'm like, you from Kansas City.
Exactly.
It's just on on the track, like he sound like he from the East Coast somewhere.
Yeah.
But then like if you really him, you can tell he from Dade. You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah, and like like even I remember when J. Cole came out, and to me he was rapping like a nigga from Queens.
Yeah.
And he had that Queens influence, but he was from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Or you even look at Drake. Drake sounds like he was from Houston. Which
Yeah.
he loves Houston. He's from Toronto.
Yeah.
So it's just like, A$AP Rocky. Like, it's just, we grew up in a time like where music was coming from so many places and so many cities that your influence could have been from anything. Anything could have connected with you, resonated, no matter where you're from.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad we're seeing like that being even more emphasized today.
Yeah, because like I remember on the podcast y'all was talking about Jordan Lucas, and I always felt Jordan Lucas sounds so much like Eminem.
Yeah.
Especially when I heard Kamikaze and they was on that track together, I couldn't really tell the difference. Cause like they sound so much alike, and I could tell that he studied Eminem since he was young.
Since you brought it up, make sure you shout it out, the Syllabus Podcast.
Yeah, Syllabus Podcast. Y'all everywhere, right? iTunes, Spotify, everywhere, right?
No, we're not on Spotify. That's the next horizon. But we're on Google Play, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Podbean, all of that.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah. Just we gotta get to Spotify though. But yeah. That's what it is.
So you're a brand architect. I don't want to say brand marketer no more. Brand architect.
I feel like brand architect puts so much pressure on it. Listen, this is what I do. What I do is I look at you, I look at who you are as an artist, I look at who you want to be as an artist, and I say, I help you discover that, and I help find things and find opportunities that align with that, And I look at brands and see where they can plug into the culture and really, really try to bring their influence back and show how connected they are, and just try to really just make those two worlds meet, because they have more similarities than differences, I can't wait till I get to the level where I'm working with major corporate brands, but so far I've been able to work with a few brands that just make me understand that it's really just in the communication, No brand should be too out of reach, because you rely on these people, you rely on your consumers to get you to a certain level. So you're not supposed to forget about your consumers. You're supposed to make sure that you're within the reach of your consumers, which is why, and my favorite brand is Nike.
I've seen that Nike here. That's my favorite brand too.
I'm so proud of Nike right now, and what they're doing.
How do you feel about that though, with the whole Colin Kaepernick? Because a lot of people got different opinions about it.
So at the end of the day, everything is a business, right? So, I read that they were gonna drop Colin Kaepernick and from their Nike, because he's been with Nike since 2011, and if he's not signed to an NFL team, he's not really making them any money anymore, because Nike's an NFL partner. I love that it was human of them to think in numbers and cents, because it's a business and they have to, maintain that. But I love that they were able to look at it from a different approach and say, hey, this guy is out here fighting towards something that needs to have center attention. It needs to have center attention. And if we have all this power and this influence, especially in the communities that he's fighting for, why not be a part of that? So I really admire what they did by the best way. I always say that the only true freedom is financial freedom, and the best way that they could have showed that they're an ally of Colin Kaepernick is putting their money behind him and investing in what he's trying to do. And so I really appreciate what they've done and the influence and what perception-wise what they've created by doing that. Are they perfect? Is Nike perfect? No. Is Colin Kaepernick perfect? No, but I feel like his intentions are pure, and I support it.
Yeah, because I think about it this way. Anybody could have signed him, New Balance, Adidas, but Nike was like, you know what? We believe, and Nike as a company as a whole, I love how they support their clients. Look at what he did for Serena and LeBron. all of their clients. It's just like I feel like Nike is like one of them brands, along with Adidas, that really look out for the culture, look out for the people.
Yeah, I mean, it was, obviously it's a big brand like Nike, and they knew they would take a risk, but they're so big that maybe their risk doesn't equate to the same as Adidas or downstates. But a risk nonetheless, because you had a reaction from Middle America who was not here for that at all, and but at the end of the day, it paid off for them, and that's the thing. It's like, what makes sense for you, and that's the question that I feel like any artist should ask, any brand should ask themselves before they bring themselves into the market. Like, what makes sense for us as we grow? Who are we and who do we want to be? Where do we see ourselves going?
Quick question: what's your favorite Nike shoes?
Oh, that's a good
of
question.
All time.
No one has ever asked me that. Oh my goodness, my favorite Nike shoe of all time. So I was obsessed with them. So when I was growing up, I loved the up-tempos. And my mom would never let me get any. She thought they were so boyish. So my brother had them. So the up-tempos throwback. And I still won't wear them now because I think of my mom. She's like, oh, that's so boyish. But recently I love all of their Flynet collaborations. They came out with the Flynet Lunar ones. Those were like probably the most comfortable shoes. I love the colorways. The Flynet, their Flynet line, those are some of my favorites. But I give it to the up-tempos.
Yeah, I'm more of a Nike SB Air Force type person.
So obviously Air Forces too. See, you put me on the spot. Nike SBs. I used to be an SB head. I used to collect I just got rid of a bunch of them too. I sold my Gibsons, I sold Thrashins, a bunch of them. Gold boxes, pink boxes, blue boxes. But I used to really be heavy into those. As I got older, I'm just trying to get rid of some clutter in my life. So I just had to get rid of some of them. I'm gonna get them back.
That's an island thing though. I always, my mom always say that, once you get rid of a lot of old things, a lot of new things coming. So I always felt that's like an island thing.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it. Like I love sneakers, and I've spent like the last maybe 12 years of my life collecting. I'm kind of getting older, and I'm trying to move into different spaces. And I just want to be able to, when I move, I don't have to bring too much with me.
Yeah.
So I've just been getting rid of a lot of stuff, and that's some of it. And been shedding a tear every time they left, but I get one.
So before we go, because we going back to the brand marketing, me, seeing my DJ Anonymous and sportsbizmusic on what I'm trying to do with my podcast. If you was like a brand manager for me, what would you want? What brands would you want me to work with? What fits me?
Oh, you're trying to get some free consultation?
Yeah.
Well, before I can even answer that, I would have to find out, first of all, where do you see yourself going, and where do you see your podcast going? You've told me, but I would ask, what is your purpose? Why do you think your space is so important? And then you just got to look at numbers too, who are your listeners? Who are the people where your content resonates the most with? And then from there, then create a plan of, all right, well, maybe these are some brands that make sense, that maybe can partner and help, maybe provide sponsorship, or maybe these are the people you should be reaching out to come on to interview or things like that. So it's not a when it comes to branding, it's not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
It's very much tailored to who the person is, who the brand is. That would be the best way for me to answer it without knowing all the information I need to know.
Yeah, because the thing is like, when I look at people like Lil Yachty, I don't really listen to his music like that. But I respect that the brand, what's the name of the thing? QC. How they put him in that realm with Target, and he actually fit with Target.
Yeah, it's so funny. I just had a conversation with somebody about this. Their question was, well, basically, I was saying TDE is a better overall label. They believe that QC is a better label because we